up, everybody? How are y'all doing? Y'all just tuned in to Real Laughs on Real Radio 104.1. The voice you're hearing right now is Mr. James Yan, comedian extraordinaire, host of The Lowdown on Afro TV, channel 1623, if you have extended the Comcast. I am joined in virtual studio with a really good friend of mine, the guy who helped start all of this hilarity, Mr. Miguel Colon Jr. in the house. Brother, how you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. We did a show last night. A long trip. Basically, just to let you know, our friend Morgan Gallo, she was headlining for the first time, and
which is a big deal.
Yeah, big deal, man. And she asked me, you, and Ken if we could be a part of the show, and we agreed to it. And then the show didn't sell out as much. It was a good crowd, but at first it was looking scared. The day before the show, there was only like 4 tickets sold. The day of the show, there was about 50 people, so that was cool, man. It was a small room. The room probably was only going to hold 100 anyway.
Yeah.
So, it was good. But the day before the show, there was only 4 tickets sold. And so, this is Morgan's first time headlining, so she was like, hey, no matter what, I'm excited you guys are coming. And I'm like, oh, dog, if only 4 tickets sold, I ain't coming. I told her straight up. I was like, hey, listen, man, give me one of the people's information. I'll just personally refund them. If each of us personally refunds one of the guests, we refunded everybody. I'll cover it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I told her straight up. I was like, let's just put this on a group chat and we'll just text our sets to the people.
Because we were talking about the fact, hey man, in comedy, there's some gigs you do, it's prestige, you get to work with a famous person, or the money's great. Last night was one of them shows you do as a favor. Like, hey man,
if it was going to be a 2.5-hour drive to meet 4 people, I was going to be like, tell them to meet me somewhere. Like, we'll all hang out. Let's go to dinner. How about that, guys?
You know what? We can FaceTime.
Yeah, dude, we can do it on FaceTime on 2 phones. Everybody on your side get in the group. Everybody on my side get in the group. That's it. 2 phones, and we covered this whole thing. But it was good. It was like 50 people. It was a good show. It was cool to see her headline for the first time. And it's funny, man, because you know what? Like, new comics will always ask you. They're like, "You excited about the show?" I'm like, "Not excited. I don't care till I touch that stage." Like, the whole ride there, I'm always like, I could be watching Law and Order right now, butt naked in my house, nobody disturbing me. But I'm driving 2.5 hours. Every place we perform, I'm so like negative about the place. I'm like, it don't matter if it's games. I'm like 2.5 hours, this podunk ass town. If we're doing New York, I'm like 2.5 hours, this smog ass city. I'll be doing Dubai. I'm flying 16 hours for this sandy ass emirate.
Right. And nobody even picked me up in a Batmobile from the airport.
Yeah, it's Dubai. What's up? No Batmobile? I'm slipping.
Dubai, more like Detroit. I'm out.
Yeah. Oh.
So last night we actually do the show, and the whole time we're riding up there 2.5 hours. What makes comedy fun is when you can ride with one of your homeboys. Honestly, when you're that made it fun for me, because I was like, man, we got to drive all that way. There's only 4 tickets sold. We're gonna just take forever to get there, and I'm just gonna be sitting in the car by myself. I'm like, nah. Hell no, I'm calling Miguel up. Miguel, where you at? I'm picking you up. I don't care where you're at. Let's do it.
Let's ride, because now I can complain to somebody.
Yeah.
Complain to myself.
But we complained and ended up having an absolute blast.
It was a blast. It was me, you, Ken. We had a blast out there, man.
Yeah. Shout out to High Dive. It's in Gainesville. If you guys are in the area, support live comedy. Go there, man. They got some kids out there, and I say kids because they're like in their 20s, trying to make comedy work. And I know it's not easy. So shout out to those guys. Y'all keep going.
You know what it's like when you visit a town that the only people doing comedy is like young kids? I feel like you're like you're visiting like you're like a campaign person, and you're visiting like a voter drive, and you're like, so this is the Gainesville office. There's 6 of you guys. All right, I need it. So let's get out there and rally some votes.
Hey, gather around. Let me
tell
you why.
Let me tell you how. And the worst part for me is like, they're like these young kids. They just started doing comedy. They're like, oh, I've only been doing it 6 months. And they're like, can you give me any advice? I'm like, bro, I'm in your town doing a 4-person show. I'm not the person to go to. Like, I'm not. Can you tell me? Is there another place we can perform tonight?
that has maybe 8 people.
Yeah. Sit in the audience. I want y'all to sit in the audience and thicken this room up.
I will say it's humbling when you get places and guys have already heard of us, young comics that are just starting out, and they look at us different. They look at us like do something great, and you're like, I'm trying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You set me up for failure here. You didn't tell 40 of your friends to come out.
Yeah.
You don't care
man.
about comedy, do you, son?
You don't. Look at you. What are you doing with your life right now, man?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Oh, so Morgan Gallo, she was a friend of ours. She got the headline her first time. So congratulations, Morgan Gallo. Now, Morgan does a lot of jokes now about the fact that she's bisexual. I think she just came out in 2022. Is that right, Miguel?
I mean, I don't keep track, bro. Like,
I understand.
You hit it up like it was a news. Did she come out 2022? Actually, James, she declared she was bisexual in the 2021 season, but didn't come out till 2020. I don't know, man. Like, I keep track of my junk. That's all.
That's funny.
And even sometimes I let it out like a cat. I'm like, you go play. You come back at night. Tell me what happened.
So yeah, you're right. I don't know why I said it like it's an ESPN stat.
James, that's right. I'm live from her Nana's house right now, and she's still crying. Nana Gallo, is it true that your granddaughter hates Jesus?
Oh my God!
I still blame it on the water. I did a show one time, and there were 3 separate groups of little people in the audience.
Oh, great!
And I was like, and I asked, I said, "Oh, what?" I said, I was just talking to them, and they're like, "Yeah, we're all actually from the same neighborhood." And I was like, "Really?" And I was thinking, "Damn, y'all might need to check power lines or something."
Y'all should dig 5 feet down and see if there's anything.
Y'all got 5G? You know, like this is not usual.
No, of course they don't. They only have 3.
Like, yeah, I'm not saying nothing here. I'm just saying that mathematically, Camp Lejeune, like what's going on here?
Oh, we had a lot of stuff happen last night that was funny to me. Like the fact that Morgan's come out and said that she's bisexual. She does jokes about it. I think she's starting to get a following because one entire row of the show was actual lesbians. And one said lesbian, after listening to Morgan talk about her bisexuality, left Morgan a little note.
That was the chief of the lesbians. That girl too. She had her own 2-liter of Diet Pepsi, just drinking out of it at the show, and nobody was going to stop her because they want to get canceled. They were like, "Can I tell a lesbian she can't drink Diet Pepsi?" Like, ooh, oh no, man, you better. You want Antifa to throw a firebomb through here? Let her be. Just let her be. We just yeah.
And let's describe the chief. This was I presume it was a white girl. I thought she was. She had on sunglasses during the show.
Yeah, it was dark during the show too.
Yeah, and a black bandana, and she was wearing what kind of shirt was it? Like kind of like she almost looked cholo,
like a white beater. Yeah, she looked like a white chola.
Yeah,
and then she had on Special Forces pants. The cargo pants were like 9 pockets.
And like Timberlands, right?
Yeah. And I was just like, I don't want no problems.
Yeah.
And then she had a harem of like white girls and a little pretty black girl with her. And everywhere she walked, her harem followed her. And I was like, yo, Andrea Tate over here. She had a little bit attitude too.
She did.
Because I was like, "What's up, man? It's your harem of girls," and she just looked at me like, "You got a problem?" And I was just like, "Listen, man, you 107 pounds. Don't flex on me just because you got a wife beater on and some fresh Timbs." I remember when I was cool too.
Yeah, right. So the leader, like we're describing, decided to hit Morgan up after the show. Morgan was like talking to people, like working her merch table, and she goes, "Hey, y'all got any paper?" I'm like,
she's like, "You got paper?" And I'm like, "At a school store?"
I'm like, zigzag,
yeah.
So no, I need to write something. I'm like, okay. So she starts writing. We don't know what she's doing, and she writes down her phone number, but she doesn't write her name. Here's how you know she got a harem, a real one, because she goes, "Girl with the sunglasses."
Yeah.
in quotation marks, and that's it. She dropped the pen down like it was a mic and
Get
left.
out of here. Yeah. She squeezed one of my boobs when I walked by. She says, "You'll pass."
Yeah.
I said, "I don't like you." Plus, you drinking Diet Pepsi. Ew.
No,
Ew, girl. Ew.
when she was walking up to me, she smacked me on the butt and goes, "Go get mama a drink."
Yeah, I'll drink Flint water before I drink Diet Pepsi.
Yeah,
I'll be like, "What do you got? Diet Pepsi or water from Flint?" Oh my God, Flint water.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, give me some
Make it a
Ganges
double.
Rivers ice. Yeah, you're drinking Diet Pepsi like you don't have morals.
Oh my God! And let's go ahead and bring this up in a I guess you would say an example of bad decision making. One dude brought his kid to the show, and we are
12-year-old kid. Yeah,
very adult content at our show.
And then he was telling us how his wife died, and then the kid. I talked to the kid during the show. At one point, I was like, "Hey man," his name was Damien. I said, "Damien," I said, "Man, you know, like I don't got too much advice for you, but I definitely got a couple pieces of advice." And then the kid goes, "Here's the most important piece of advice: everyone dies, so it doesn't matter." I said, "God damn!"
He did say that.
Yeah, homeschool him now. Let's protect the rest of the kids.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. Don't buy him any black outfits at all.
David, you're not allowed to even step foot in Hot Topic. Yeah. Or Journeys, because I just never know about Journeys. I'm like, too much suede.
Spencer, stay out of it.
Yeah, unless you want to get the fart chart. That's a good one. Yeah.
And no, you can't play Call of Duty.
No.
No.
What Call of Duty? This is Call of Duty middle school.
No, brother.
Yeah.
It
was a weird vibe, man. It was a good show. It was
Great
a
show.
gaggle of lesbians, a 12-year-old kid.
Our host, gentleman.
Our host, he had an afro. He's a Dominican kid with an afro and like Hawaiian shirt and Hawaiian shorts. And I was like, all right, man. Everybody gets one favor, Morgan. Everybody gets one.
And our host told us proudly that he was bisexual as well.
Yeah, something in the water up there.
It is. It's penis. But yeah. That's what they put in the water.
James, you're on a bisexual kick today. Like you're like, okay. You're like, and our host, when did he come out, Miguel? I'm going through the microfiche.
I'm looking at his stats right here. It says his rookie year.
Yeah. Something about an uncle of his. I'm going through. Let me see.
Oh wow. So we did the show. That was good. Now we're going to take a short break here in about a minute because we want to talk about some other weird things that happened on the way home before we actually went home. We always have a tradition, me and Miguel. Whenever we do a show together, after the show, we're going to stop somewhere and eat.
Yeah, we're going to eat and chill.
Yeah, we hang out, just talk about, all the bad decisions we made that night. We always have a tradition of going to IHOP or a Waffle House because every IHOP you go to, every Waffle House you go to, you know what to expect. No matter what city we might be in, no matter what state, we know if we go to Waffle House or IHOP what to expect. But there was something different about the restaurant we chose last night. So when we come back from our break, we're definitely going to talk about the fact that I don't like any of it. You let me down last night. I have standards. When I go to this place, I expect certain things, and I didn't get not one of it. It was too pretentious and just a weird vibe that I'm not used to. Yeah, so guys, stick around with us when we get back. We're going to be talking about me and Miguel eating at a restaurant that let us down. It's like the girl when you walk in and she's cheating on you. It hurt. It hurt
the soul.
It did, man. We'll be right back right here on Real Laughs on Real Radio 104.1. Everybody, you are still listening to Real Laughs on Real Radio 104.1. I'm your host tonight, Mr. James John, joined in virtual studio with Mr. Miguel Colon Jr. Now, before we do anything else, I want to remind you guys to check out our brand new sponsor. Now, if you like good drinks, if you like good food, you guys need to check out Wine for Oysters. They got 2 locations, one in East Orlando, and they have their brand new location right in the Dr. Phillips area on Turkey Lake Road, 7645. You guys got to check them out. out. Now, if you're looking for great food, you need to go to their Sunday brunch. They host live music, unlimited mimosas, Bloody Mary, and sangrias. Now, for only one price, you can mix and match the entire time that you are there. You like great food? They got French crepes with sweet and savory fillings and traditional favorites like shrimp and grits, or you can get your hands on some smoked tuna deviled eggs. Now, that's all in the Dr. Phillips area. Now, if you're looking for entertainment, check out their Alafaya location. That's where you guys can be entertained by monthly trivia games. Their next one is a Harry Potter theme. It's on July 31st, or Dirty Trivia on August 21st. Don't forget to follow them on social media, Wine for Oysters on Facebook and Instagram. Now, if you guys go there right now, your first oyster shooter is on them. Just mention Real Radio 104.1 and you tell them that we sent you. I gotta check them out. Now, I've been there before, people. That's some good food. Now, speaking of food, me and Miguel got a little tradition, like I was telling you before we went to break. Whenever we do a comedy show, no matter what time of night it is, we are always going to stop somewhere and get something to eat. Now, usually our choices are IHOP or Waffle House. Now, we are both connoisseurs of Waffle House. We love
Waffle
it.
House,
We like it. We
breakfast
go
joint
there.
Waffle House,
Bro,
my favorite late night.
Absolutely, man. Followed by like an IHOP or a Huddle House. We go there because it's always the same. No matter what Waffle House you go to, it's you know what to expect. But Miguel, I want you to describe to the people the Waffle House we went to. It was in Orlando on International
you guys
Drive.
out, man. Like, I'm a Waffle House connoisseur, man. I've been in and out the game. Like I got my Waffle House patches. I got my certifications. Like I walk into a Waffle House, I know the codes. I like nod. No matter what, I nod at the chef. He nods at me. We know what's up, man.
That's right.
There's a certain expectation for a Waffle House. It's a standalone building, illuminated. It's sometimes it's this oasis in the middle of nothing. Other times it's in this jam-packed city. But you get into a Waffle House, and what do you got? You got a jukebox when you walk in. You got a counter. You got it's brightly lit. There's no Wi-Fi. They don't want you hanging out, right? And there's like four cats working it. It's like two waitresses, one waitress on break, and then the cook. And the cook, man, he don't take no S. He don't take no S. Like he there. He's smoking a Newport, just chilling, man, working on his mixtape. You know, he's cool. The waitresses, man, they're having their own conversation. Yeah. He's like washing the grease off his ankle monitor. You know, he'll tell you too, man. He's like, I did shoot that dude. I did. But you know.
But still not guilty.
Yeah, not guilty though. You know why? That's how Romy rolls anyway. So it's a vibe. We went to this pretentious ass Waffle House on International Drive. It was not its own standalone building. It was connected to something. It was all lit white. Like Waffle House has got this yellow color to it. Like Waffle House looks like when you watch a movie and it's supposed to be Mexico and it's got that sepia, you know, like and this was like a hospital white Waffle House. Then we walked in and they're like, you can only sit at tables that have menus on them. And I'm like, this is Waffle House. I'll sit in the goddamn aisle and they'll take care of me. I've sat in the bathroom. I've ordered the bathroom, wheelchair section. It's Waffle House. Then they were like, the counter's closed. What? I was like, counter's closed. I know James is black, but this is a little offensive. You know, like they marched for this stuff, you know? Like,
bro, we always sit at the counter. That's our thing.
Woolworth in 1960. You know, we can't sit at the counter now. Yeah, so we always sit at the counter. So they're like, oh no, the counter's closed. Then we sit down, and I want to describe this, but I also want to make sure James is here to back me up because I don't want to sound like I'm offensive towards black culture. But James, I had never seen anything like the hair that the young lady who served. Also, she wasn't even a Waffle House style waitress. She came up. She wasn't even like, "Hey, Suge, what's up, sweetie? Hey, baby, what y'all fellas want?" She came up and she was like we went to the Waffle House on the Spectrum or something, man. She wouldn't look at us. She was like, not wanting to take an order.
She told us that she was a very good driver. I'm a very good
driver. Yeah. I was like, what's going on? I was like, hey, how you doing, miss? And she was like, didn't say anything. And I was like, okay. I was like, may I get an all-star? She just looked at me and I was like, because usually they're like, do you want hash browns or grits? Blah, blah. And I didn't want to jump ahead. So I was like, I'm gonna get the all-star. I was like, I'll get the hash browns. And then she was just staring at me. I was like, I'll get them chunked and smothered. She's just staring. I was like, I'll take my eggs over medium. She wasn't even writing. She was just staring. Remember? Just staring with the pen though. I'm still holding the pen. I'm like, look, if you don't have to write it. If you can remember, you don't have to write it. I know I was served. I know remembering stuff, but don't hold the pen and the paper and not write.
Right. It's weird. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I was like, let me get Diet Coke. She's just looking at me, and then she just looks at James. Doesn't even like, and she doesn't even like, hey, and you, sir. She just looked at James now, and James is like giving his order, and then
I said coffee, and she goes, in a cup.
In a cup,
what?
yeah.
What?
Not in my hands, like Jesus drank water. Let me get a coffee. Yeah,
pour it right in. Yeah,
yeah. And I was just like, all right. Then, but James, this is the thing, and this is where I need your help on. Can you describe her hair?
Okay, yeah, I understand. This is going to be problematic.
I need to make sure I'm culturally sensitive, but I still think like
it was, and I'm trying to be kind here. She was a nice girl. It looked like she was about to go get a lace front, and she went to the wig store to get it, but they were out of the good ones, so they gave her a loaner to use until her.
She had a loaner lace front, and then it was dreads.
It was dreads,
and then halfway through they were black, and then they went to like gray, but there was no transition. Remember, it wasn't like it was going from black. It looked like long cigarellos that hadn't been ashed.
And what made it weird, the texture of her hair wasn't like braids. It was like Jim Henson.
Yeah,
made a puppet and said, "This is what dreads on a puppet would look like."
She got her hair done at Fraggle Rock by a doozer.
Constructed it.
Yeah, I was gonna break it off and eat it like a Fraggle. Oh man, this is delicious. This is lace front. Yeah, and then it was long. It was long, like mid chest, went down.
Not even in a hairnet. I'm like, oh, they changed the law since we've been the Waffle House.
And I told James she looked like one of the twins from The Matrix, the blonde, the white-haired ghost twins,
the albino.
Yeah, yeah.
It looked like it didn't look like hair. It looked like more like yarn. Like she went to Michael's and said,
"Lace
me up. I'm gonna craft it. Lace me up."
Yeah, lace me up.
It was on sale right next to the tinsel. And
she was like, "Ooh, go ahead and tinsel lace front."
It's gonna shut them down.
And it just it really took my mind. That's what I could only focus on, besides the fact that she never talked to me about anything or us. But I didn't this wasn't a waffle. Like I didn't feel like anybody in that staff could fight.
Nope.
Like if something broke down, I was like, how are y'all gonna handle Waffle House?
Miguel,
Waffle House employee.
It says it right on the application. Can you throw hands?
No, they didn't say it on the application. They hand you the application, they punch you. And then when you go at it, at one point, like even if you tap out, they're like, all right, hey, this kid's got it. He's got moxie. He's all right. Hey, he didn't win the fight, but you fought the fight. All right, then, player. You get jumped in. It's just like 9 line cooks standing around you for 5 minutes. They just whoop you. You pop up all bleeding. They're like, yo, my man gonna make some waffles like a king. And then when you fully in the crew, when you fully waffled it out, they take a hot waffle and brand you with a waffle iron. You're like, oh! Hey dog, man, you officiated what? There's only a handful. When the book's open, there's only a handful of waffle men. And you walk the waffle way.
I knew something was off by our waitress. Like you said, because she was like, y'all want a waffle? I'm like, yeah, what kind? We got blueberry, chocolate chip, or Riddlin. I'm like, wow.
And then they had like a fancy Waffle House menu, because it was like, do you want the extra nougat blueberry? I was like, what the hell are these words?
Yeah, blueberry. I'm like, you got blueberry nougat waffles?
Yeah.
Like, yes.
This is Waffle House, man. The flavors should be pecan, chocolate chip, shattered glass. Let me get one of those shattered glass waffles. We'll wrap it around my hand. We might be scrapping it.
My favorite is always menthol.
Yeah.
Favorite flavor.
Hey, let me make sure that waffle got a wood tip. I'm gonna eat that waffle down.
You don't even eat the waffle. You ash it like a cigarette.
Waffle. I'm gonna do waffle lines.
Well,
Chop it all up. Yeah, it just wasn't. It didn't feel like a Waffle House.
No music playing.
No music play. I didn't hear one Erykah Badu track. I'm like, this is a Waffle House. Let me tell you about Waffle House. Either Erykah Badu or David Allen Coe. Just depending on what Waffle House I'm at, you know. But this didn't vibe like that. And then I will say this, man. The least attentive service I've ever had at a Waffle House.
Yeah, I
was calling her. I was calling her, James. I was like, hey, excuse me, miss. I was like, ma'am. I was like, I don't know. I saw the dreads. I was like, maybe I should, you know, like,
like the Predator.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, I don't know how to respond. And she was just so unattentive.
I started clicking bells, like, bing, bing.
Yeah.
Like maybe she.
Yeah. I was like, what's going on? I wanted to rally the people, be like, y'all came to a Waffle House and this is what we're getting?
Yeah.
This is unacceptable. We can fight them. This is not a real Waffle. If we fought and took over that Waffle House rules is it belongs to us now.
That's how it works.
The Waffle House charter. Yeah, Jebediah Waffle House will show up himself, man, the founder. And he'll just be like there with his cane. And just like John Hammond's cane from Jurassic Park, his is syrup with like a waffle inside of it, like just like the amber. And he would be like, I heard you took my Waffle House staff in hand-to-hand combat. And I'd be like, I did. And he's like, present your face for the mark. And he would cut me with a bottle of A1 sauce. And he would be like, he is your leader now. This is his Waffle House.
Miguel, you said present your face for the mark.
They like cut down it with a broken bottle of A1 sauce. And you looking at a room, nothing full of old ladies and men with scars on their faces too, and they're like, he won fair and square. It's like becoming the Black Panther. You're like, I challenge you to waffle combat. Boom-ba-yay! Boom-ba-yay! I'm just sitting there with a broken A1 bottle and a waffle as a shield. I take their Waffle House cook after I beat him. I hold his head up, stab him with the A1 bottle, and he lays there. I'm like, no one touch him! He was a warrior! He will be buried as a king! No one touch him! Take no trophies! That's the finest man I've ever fought in my life. He was my brother.
We are gonna batter him in waffle.
Batter him in waffle as the custom. It says the old days. Bury him in the old waffle tradition. You will not see this anymore. This is the old way. Scatter him, smother him, cover him. Fill his pockets with Burt's chili. And send him with $5.99 for the boatman. Play Erykah Badu. Put him on the grill. Just light him.
Oh my God!
Like, sire, they're like Waffle King. I know you valued your enemy. We found a beautiful place to bury him by a lake in the woods where he will rest. You bury him in the Hall of Kings. He was a king.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back, people, on Real Labs, Real Radio 104.1. Salute your king. What's up, everybody, and welcome back. You are still listening to Real Labs on Real Radio 104.1. The voice you're hearing right now is your host for tonight, Mr. James Ian. We are your nightcap of comedy. I'm joined in a virtual studio with Mr. Miguel Colon Jr., and I want to remind everybody, if you are not following us now, stop what you're doing. Go to Instagram, follow us. Go to Facebook and follow us. Then go to YouTube. Subscribe, like, comment. Please share all the hilarity that you hear. This is how we keep this train going, is you guys actually listening and following us on social media. I want to remind you guys, definitely go check out our new sponsor, Wine for Oysters. Follow them on Facebook as well and Instagram. Please do that, you guys. If you want delicious food, if you want great drinks, check them out. They got 2 locations, one in East Orlando and one in their new location at Dr. Phil's right on Turkey Lake Road. All right, do that for me, people. Now, again, I wanted to tell you something, man. You ever, like, social media wise, you ever find something and that you post, because I struggle with social media, and you're like, this is what you guys like this is what you would want me to do more of, and I'm like, this?
Yeah.
Bro, I could make a video. I could make a 5-minute video, put my heart, my soul into it. I could have Viola Davis and Denzel Washington star in the video, put it up, 20 likes. I can take a picture of me eating a burger and ketchup's dripping on my shirt. And I'm like, Mondays, am I right? 3 million people.
Yeah. They're like, look at him. That black ass eating that burger. I'm better than him. I like this. They see Viola Davis and Denzel. They're like, how the hell did he get Viola Denzel? I'm not a fan of this at all.
I hate
look at him. Look at him. He's got sleep apnea and chicken grease on him. Yeah. Let's put a dress on him. Is it time? Put on a dress. Show us that you want to play ball, fatty.
And the reason I bring it up, because the show that we talked about at the beginning of the show that we did with Morgan Gallo, Morgan kills me because she's very good at social media. And she said something to me that made my soul die. She goes, social media for me, it's just, easy. I'm like, oh my God.
Here's what it is, man. It's like when Bane was talking to Batman. He's like, basically, like, these young kids are like, you merely adopted the TikTok. I was born in it.
That's true.
By it,
True. I'm like, what? And I'm trying not to be the corny guy. I don't want to do corny things to get likes. I want to make it organic and people really like what I'm putting out there.
Tap dance with that cheeseburger grease dripping from your chest like a good boy. Okay?
You're right, man. I have not figured any of this mess out, man. Hey, but I'm learning. It's getting there slowly but surely.
Feet pics are always big, though.
Feet that's pics. Funny. But you know what? We know thirst traps exist. How they, girls will take a really provocative picture and they'll put like a inspirational quote. We've all seen that. But you're right. People are sneaking feet in, like, hey, beach day and
beach day. I'm stripping on mashed potatoes with these feet. Like, don't sneak it. Yeah.
First off, tell as a fat kid, what beach is that?
Yeah.
Just giving all mashed potatoes.
This is a picture of feet looking all like polished up, and she's like, "Remember the troops."
What?
That's why I love holiday posts from scallywags, Instagram models, because just bent over, sucking on a lollipop, looking at half her apple just sticking out, and she's like, "Dr. King had a dream." Like, yeah, he had a wet dream if he had seen this.
I got a dream that I can.
Coretta, can you go to the store, baby? Can you go to the store? Just get something. I don't care. Just go for 30 minutes.
Maybe 45.
Yeah. Little beautiful Nubian feet.
Hey, drop by the Waffle House and pick me up some.
Go see the Waffle King. Pay homage. Heavy is his crown.
I
fought in 9 syrup wars. You think I fought in all this so that my kids could just live in a regular Waffle House? I will wipe the Huddle House from the earth so that my people can live.
Oh, that's
what
funny.
About Perkins? Man, nobody care about Perkins.
Perkins? Come on, nobody going to Perkins. Only people going to Perkins is old white people.
Okay? Yeah, man.
That's it, bro.
Don't worry about it. Let them be. Give them a pass.
Hey, let them. It's where they go before they go to heaven. Let them have it.
Yeah, you tell Huddle House though, they getting real cute with the property lines.
They are.
Open another one near us and find out.
Find out.
Send them a message. Syrup bomb them. Yes.
And here's the thing, Brad. We have me and you, speaking of Waffle House, we have a habit of eating at the same places. We eat at the same places. We just like that. Like there's not like it's the same 2 places, but we have places that are just our thing. Like me and Miguel going through the South, who said it before, we will always hit up a Bojangles.
Bojangles, a Cookout. Those are always 2 of ours, man. Biscuitville.
Why would they not bring Cookout here? Because we died.
They ain't ready. They ain't ready.
You can get half a leg of lamb, a whole chicken, a chili dog, and a scratch-off ticket for $5.
Yeah, dude. I went there. I got a tomahawk steak, a whole jug of Kool-Aid, 6 dodo eggs. I didn't even know they had deviled dodo eggs. And I refied my mortgage. $3.99. And as I was walking out, they were like, "Bro, you forgot what kind of milkshake you want."
You're like, incredible. No, for real. We're of course exaggerating, but Cookout is one of those places we could dine off $10.
Yeah, and here's the thing too. I hate when I'm on the road with somebody though, and like we're driving through some obscure city somewhere, and to the right there's Henry's world famous house of prime rib and pulled pork, and to the left is Wendy's, and they're like, you wanna just get some Wendy's? It's like, no, I'm never gonna meet Henry again. I need to know. Me and Devin have this place. It's called Keith Q instead of barbecue, because the dude who owned its name is Keith. Keith Q, and I think Keith Q is like in northern Georgia, but we only went there one time. It was amazing, but we always talk about Keith Q, but it was called Keith Q instead of barbecue.
Funny. Oh my god!
And when I asked, I said, why is it called Keith Q? The girl working the counter goes, because Keith owns it. I said, "You right, baby. I'm the
like
one."
you're the idiot.
Yeah.
Does Keith own this? You ain't know that?
Yeah. Why you think it called Walmart? Because Wall own it.
I like your hair. Is that just a temporary one?
Yeah. You got that loner?
We got.
This is what I'm going to do for you. I'm going to put you in a loner.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to do this. I want to see what the finance guys can do. And I think tomorrow morning I'll get you a new lace front. There you go. You want to do 72 months? 72 months on that lace front. What kind of down payment? 0? That's gonna raise your monthly.
Damn, 6 years to pay off for lace front. You know what?
Yeah.
Go ball headed. Just go ball.
I got you. 72 months, lace front, full package too, man. Water package, everything. Let me just go. Yeah, let me just go take this upstairs to my finance guy. Just make sure we can get you this lace front. Because my accountant's going crazy. He says we're giving away lace fronts for too much.
No, yes. I know that it's a used lace front, but hey.
It's a previously owned lace front, but one owner. Old lady.
One owner.
Never took it out.
Only on Sundays. Church. That's it.
That's it, man. This front got no miles on it. It never been yanked in sex. This is a good lace.
Never been yeeted. Never been yeeted.
This is a 0 yeet. I can't believe this lace front came through. I'm going to tell you the truth. Usually when a lace front like this swings in, one of the guys here buys it because it's just too good of a deal. Yeah. So I got to be honest. If you don't take this and I go drop this off, somebody's taking this lace front. Yeah, maybe somebody could co-sign with you. It does have
a particular co-sign for a lace front.
Do you think you can call a relative, see if they can co-sign? You come up with $2,500, man. I can put a down payment on this lace front, and this is yours. I'll be honest with you. I need this lace
right
front.
now.
Okay, it's the end of the month. I need this lace front.
My wife needs a lace front, and I'm one sale away from.
I'm one sale away, man. The spiff this month is a cruise. To Korea where they made this lace front. I'm trying to win their Korean cruise.
Hey, you know how much I can get lace fronts for in Korea? I will hook you up.
Yeah. Don't go to one of them you buy here lace front places. No. They're going to get you 36%, baby.
There you go. All day. Real quick before I forget, I'm supposed to shout this out. Bro. What rent-a-wig? Rent-a-wig. I'm about to open that up.
They got one of those things up front that's waving, like the big wavy thing. Come on down to Rent-A-Wig right now. We got all the wigs you need. Yeah, we got human hair. We got horse hair. We got undisclosed hair. My buddy owns a morgue, so I get fresh hair every week. Come on down to Rent-A-Wig. We'll put you in a wig right now. No credit, you can get a wig. 0 money down, you could get a wig. Wigs have been repoed before, not from us. You get a wig. Come on down to Rent-A-Wig right now. We've got the genie here. We're giving out hot dogs. Put your hand on the wig so you can hold it the longest and you'll win a wig. Go on into our wig machine. It's blowing wigs at you. If you as many wigs as you can catch, you could keep. Rent-A-Wig. I'm pretty sure we're gonna close in a week. We've never made a sale. Come, be our sale. Let me figure something out. My brother actually owned this before me, killed himself. I've got to take care of his kids. I don't want to kill myself. So come on down to Rent-A-Wig. We paid for this commercial.
We got human hair, horse hair. We got Nelly right here.
Yeah.
So all of it, y'all. Come on, get it, man.
I'm
That's hilarious.
shaving
Miguel,
Armenians
we
right
got a few
now for
minutes.
fresh hair.
Go ahead.
I said, I'm shaving Armenians right now for fresh
Wow,
hair.
that's a lot of hair.
It's come to rent a wig, please.
Armenians
They're
got
gonna
thick
take my
hair.
kids. They're gonna take my kids. Come to rent a wig.
They're gonna repossess my kids. God damn.
I have no money. This was a stupid idea, but my brother, he had a drinking problem. And he came to me. He said, "I'm going to start a rent a wig." Nobody said no because they thought it was so stupid it would never happen. And then he refied on his house, and this is a family business now. Rent a goddamn wig, please, please, please. Rent a goddamn wig. They laughed at us at Shark Tank. They kicked us out. Kicked us out. Mr. Wonderful. He called me a slur. You know, please rent a wig. For the love of God.
Oh,
I'm gonna hang myself.
Again. Yeah.
I tried
man.
and the goddamn rope broke. What does that mean? I thought God was telling me keep going, but I think he just wants it to last longer.
It's funny, man. It was funny. Now, before we go, man, I always want people to know what you guys are up to, where you're performing, because they definitely need to come out and support you. And thank you guys for coming out and coming to the shows. And when we do that, we perform, you guys come up to us and tell us you listen. Keep doing that. We'd love to take pictures with you guys and shout you out on the radio. So next week, are you doing anything?
No, I'm chill until like the end of August, and then I've got some out-of-state stuff. So I am relaxing and staying home for a while. How about you?
I'm actually going to be home this week because my wife's little sister, Megan, is actually pregnant, and we're having a gender reveal party. So that's what I will be doing, man. Yep.
Wow, James.
Yeah.
Gender reveal party.
Mm-hmm. Bro, I'm living a crazy life out here, bro. I'm not sure.
Dude, I don't know what year guys like were mandatorily invited to baby showers, but we need to go back on that. Because it was back in the day, it was like, yo, you're going to a baby shower. Cool. I'm not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm just gonna be here drinking beer and watching. Yeah.
If the baby gets attacked by wolves or coyotes, that's my job.
Mm-hmm.
The gender reveal and stuff is and then gender reveal parties. That's a whole new thing.
Yeah, they made it up so women can get another gift giving session. That's all that is.
What are you gonna buy the baby? I'll tell you what you should buy the baby. You should buy the baby a wig. Babies are always born bald. Come on down to rent a wig and put a wig on your baby. Please. We haven't had electricity in my house for 2 weeks and it's getting hard. It's getting hard, man. Just maybe one goddamn wig sale and we can turn this whole thing around. Come on down and rent a wig. My brother was a coward and took the easy way out.
Absolutely love doing a show for you guys. Thank y'all for listening. And don't forget to go to social media and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, subscribe. On behalf of myself, James John, and my funny friend, Mr. Miguel Colon Jr., thank y'all for listening. Tell them what to do, Miguel.
Take your ass to bed.
That's right.